Let's start by introducing the relationship between cloud computing and GCP. Cloud computing has 5 fundamental attributes. First, computing resources are on-demand and self-service. Cloud computing customers use an automated interface and get the processing power, storage, and network they need with no human intervention. Second, resources are accessible over a network from any location. Providers allocate resources to customers from a large pool, allowing them to benefit from economies of scale. Customers don't have to know or care about the exact physical location of these resources. Resources themselves are elastic. Customers who need more resources can get them rapidly, and when they need less, they can scale back. Finally, customers pay for only what they use or reserve as they go. If they stop using resources, they simply stop paying. That's how public clouds, such as Google Cloud Platform, work. GCP offers a variety of services, and architects and developers like you can choose among those services to build your solutions. Many of these cloud services are very familiar, such as virtual machines on demand. Other services represent an entirely new paradigm. One of those services is Google Kubernetes Engine, and it's the focus of this course and the ones that follow. By the way, we informally call the service GKE, and you can too. The first thing that many people ask of GCP is please run some of my code in the cloud. GCP provides a range of services for doing exactly that, each aimed at satisfying a different set of user preferences. Here's a quick summary of those choices. In a later module, we'll compare each of them in greater detail. The service that may be most familiar to newcomers is Compute Engine, which lets you run virtual machines on demand in the cloud. It's Google Cloud's infrastructure as a service solution. It provides maximum flexibility for people who prefer to manage those server instances themselves. Now, GKE is different. It lets you run containerized applications on a cloud environment that Google Cloud manages for you, under your administrative control. So what's a containerized application, and what's Kubernetes? We'll learn a lot about each of those topics later on in this course. For now, you can think of containerization as a way to package code that's designed to be highly portable and to use resources very efficiently. And you can think of Kubernetes as a way to orchestrate code in those containers. App Engine is GCP's fully managed platform as a service framework. That means it's a way to run code in the cloud without having to worry about infrastructure. You can focus on just your code and let Google deal with all the provisioning and resource management. You can learn a lot more about App Engine and the specialization developing applications in Google Cloud Platform. Cloud Functions is a completely serverless execution environment, or functions as a service. It executes your code in response to events, whether those occur once a day or many times per second. Google scales resources as required, but you only pay for the service while your code runs. The specialization, developing applications in Google Cloud Platform, also discusses Cloud Functions. In this specialization, GKE is going to be our main focus, and GKE is built on top of Compute Engine, so we'll learn more about that service too along the way. Most applications need a database of some kind. If you've built a cloud application, you can install and run your own database for it on a virtual machine inside of Compute Engine. You simply start up the virtual machine, install your database engine, set it up just like you would in a data center. Or you can run your own database server in Google Kubernetes too. However, with either approach, you have to manage and support the database yourself. Alternatively, you can use Google's fully managed database and storage services. What all of these have in common is that they reduce the work it takes to store all kinds of data. GCP offers relational and non-relational databases, as well as worldwide object storage. You'll learn more about these later on in the specialization. GCP also offers fully managed and big data and machine learning services. Just as with storage and database services, you could build and implement these services yourself, and some GCP customers do. But the fact that they're available as a service means that you can get started faster and deal with a lot less routine work along the way.